So guys, last time I talked about throw-ins, not very popular, and attacking throw-ins, and how you can use attacking throw-ins to keep the ball or even generate some nice attacking plays. This time I'm going to go the opposite and say, okay, we are going to have a defensive throw-in now. Let's go. So defensive throw-ins, why are they important? If you get good at defensive throw-ins, it's not very different from counter pressing or pressing high from a team. So this time we are the yellow team, and we are trying to defend the red team and see how we can do it. Number one, do not allow separation between the person who is getting the throw or receiving the throw in and you, if you are the defender. You always want to be technically goal side, but if they are smart, they'll keep going back. If that's the case, you just at some point get goal side and do not let them get a run on you. If they get a run on you or a separation, you need to close that gap as fast as possible. So the technical abilities to do that are pretty high. When there is someone behind you and you want to lay it off, it's very difficult. So you want to be as close as to the first thrower as possible. Number one. Number two is you need to be marking the thrower itself. So this is a mistake which most people do, that the person who is throwing in, there is no one there, and this layback is very easy. So if you have that, that means once that ball is thrown, you're reducing his technical abilities by putting pressure on him, and at the same time, as soon as the throw is conducted, you have a marker ready for the person who has just thrown the ball and is back into play. Those are two very important things that you need to have. Number three is that, let's say that doesn't work and he gets the ball. People won't like this, but if you're further away from the goal, tactical foul. You can do a tactical foul. If it's near the goal, then that's dangerous, but if you're further away from the goal, let's say somewhere here, you can tactically foul him if he gets past you, so that now you have time to reorganize again. It's not necessarily for just throw-ins, but any situations where you have lost the initial duel. Again, now you have these basic principles of defending throw-ins. How can you use it strategically? So this is some dark art stuff. So let's move this whole situation further up the pitch. And now you are the defending team again in yellow. And why is this further up the pitch? Number one, if you are a team who is fighting relegation, or you want to be able to, is getting pressed, you can hit a long ball somewhere here and try to win the second ball, or you can literally, this is not a popular opinion, but you can literally shoot it out of bounds at 70-yard line if your goalkeeper is strong enough, and then start your attack from there. So now you're already into 70 meters into opposition territory. They have a throw in over here, and you, unlike the opposition, have trained how to counter press a throw in. So now you're in an advantage situation because you know most of the things which the opposition doesn't. In this case, what you're trying to do is you're trying to win the ball aggressively, because you're further away from the pitch and you have advantage of being in a predictable situation. So if this guy is trying to throw in, number one, you are putting a lot of pressure on him just by being close. So you're not putting hand, but you're just being close and you're putting a lot of pressure on him. And the one is like, you can forget about this guy and try and get a numerical advantage if possible. You want one person in a situation where there is potentially room for like a counter-attacking play. And they will never let that happen. They always want a numerical advantage in this area. So you want one close to the box where he can get a shot off. Now, assuming that has happened, he's trying to throw a play, usually forward. You put some numerical pressure over here, win the ball, and you want to hit either the wings as possible, or directly try and hit a vertical ball into the striker. So you win the ball and play vertical. Because you know that you're trying to win the ball, a person here is always trying to anticipate the turnover, and as soon as the turnover happens, he's trying to create some space and try and receive the ball. So win the ball, play vertical. Those are two things. And train this with your players, where you have a situation where you're throwing the ball in and you have to win the ball post a throw in from the opposition team. Just purely training this will put you into such an advantage, because most teams don't know how to do this. Most teams ignore this, even professional teams ignore this. So take these two tips: defensive throw-ins, attacking throw-ins. Use defensive throw-ins as a counter-pressing chance, and hopefully you can create some chances from that situation. That's pretty much for this video, and next time I will talk about goal kicks. Ciao, ciao.